Hey cruisers, welcome to Cruise Tips TV on YouTube. This is a very exciting day today. Why is it exciting? Because the sun rose and you are all here with us. And it is a beautiful, crisp, cool day in California, and we're just happy to be here. How is everybody doing? We've got a lot of folks in the chat. Hi, Chi. Thanks for the clapping. Seth, what is up? I see some fantastic questions coming in. We're going to answer them. Carol Vosberg, I saw your question. Carol said, does anyone know if reservations for specialty dining can be done on board a Princess ship? I'm assuming it's Princess. Not able to reserve on the Medallion app at this time. Yes, you can absolutely make those reservations on board, and you should be able to make your specialty dining reservations now. If you can't do it in the app right now, Cameo, go on the website and see if you can do it within that area. So it might be in like the dining experiences or special experiences area. Hello, Mama's Adventures. Hi, Vernon. Hi, Jean. Hi, Mindy. I see lots of you. This is great. Cameo asked earlier, she said, since the restart, is the thermal spot on Carnival busy or is it quiet? It's varied for me. We've been on 3 Carnival cruises, I think, since the restart. And I got to tell you, the first 2 were pretty quiet in the thermal suite. And then I would say it was more back to normal, Cameo. So there you go, my dear. Apelia says, hello, first time cruiser. Apelia, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Is it okay to bring 2 carry-on bags? You're afraid to check in your luggage. Is a 20-inch carry wheeler bag. It is Apelia. The only problem is then you have to manage those bags by yourself, embarking the ship and then motoring around the ship, and you may not have access to your stateroom for a little while once you board. So you just want to be aware of that. Be aware of that. Hello, Pete's Jeep Adventures from Ontario, Canada. How cool. Rebecca said that color is fabulous on you. Oh, thank you. So Rebecca, I had my colors done in June. My husband bought me, or May or June for Mother's Day, a color consultation with Created Colorful on Instagram. And it turns out I'm a spring, and I have been wearing the wrong colors my whole life. My appropriate colors are like that of a crayon box. So super bright, like this color, sunshine yellow, but not mustard yellow, tangerine, bright grass green, Barbie pink. All of those bright colors are the colors that look best on my skin, so I did not know that. Mom! Hi, Mom! I had a FaceTime with my mama, who is also a spring, but a different kind of a spring, by the way. I am a, what's called a clear spring. My mom looks good in a lot of the same colors. She looks gorgeous in turquoise and purple and camel and creams and stuff like that too, but she's got a more yellow undertones in her skin. Nobody asked. I'm just sharing. Hello, Yuki. Any advice for going to Cozumel in mid-October? Oh, there's so many fun things to do in Cozumel. You could do the beach clubs like Nachi Kokom. You could do Paradise Beach. You could go to Chankanaab and do some snorkeling. You could do a Jeep tour like we did last time we were there. So many fun things to do. Mal1090 said, I want to go on a cruise, but my husband isn't sure for him. We're in our 30s, no kids. I think Virgin or Celebrity would be a good fit. Any advice convincing him to take a Euro cruise? Okay, Mal1090, I don't know where you live. I don't know if you're in Europe or if you want to go to Europe, but cruising Europe is a wonderful way to see Europe. And so my suggestion to you is Virgin is a good choice. If you're looking for an adults-only experience, it's not a super traditional cruise experience, but it's a good one. You might also want to consider the MSC Yacht Club if you're looking for something a little more bougie. I think Celebrity is also a terrific choice for you. So you are really dancing all around it. I would just add in potentially the MSC Yacht Club for you. But all of those cruise lines are going to be great choices. Peggy said, Sherry, I'm cruising out of San Diego in January, Diamond Princess, Baja Peninsula, Sea of Cortez, first 2 days, sea days, will it be cool? Yes, yes, yes. It will be cool. It should be cool. December and January in California get down into the 50s during the day. So once you're at sea and that wind is blowing, first 2 days down and the last 2 days back should be sweater weather. So you should be wearing jeans and a hoodie or a light jacket, and you should be fine. Sheldon, how are you? Sheldon said, question, what do you think of the benefits of club class on Princess? Personally, for me, Sheldon, I am not super interested. I don't see the value in club class. Here's why. One of the things that they tout about club class is that you're getting a mini suite cabin in what they call a preferred area on the ship, which is actually my least favorite area of the ship. It's typically midship. I don't like midship cabins. I like aft and forward cabins. So for me, strike one right there. I also don't feel that I need my own private dining experience on Princess. Princess is already upscale enough and I can do specialty. To me, it's not a good use of my money. So I'm not interested, just like I'm not interested in the Key on Royal Caribbean. I'd rather pay for a nicer cabin or more shore experiences or more specialty dining. Good question. Simply at Sea said, sailing on new Carnival Celebration to San Juan, Amber Cove, St. Thomas, first large Carnival ship. Any tips? Oh my goodness, pace yourself. Take advantage of day one. So for the things on Carnival Celebration that you really want to do that might get crowded throughout, maybe the roller coaster, consider doing those things on day one, because a lot of people don't. They go to the buffet, they go walk the ship, but what they don't do is think about getting, avoiding the lines. And you might find that you can cut out a lot of waiting by doing some of the more popular attractions on day one. Also, think about the things you really want to do on the cruise. Don't try to do everything over the week. You're not going to get it all done, but make a list of the top 5 things you want to do and just kind of take a deep breath and get it done. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hello, our buddy Matt, my cruise bestie. My cruise bestie, Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, who all of you already know, is saying hello from Houston. So Matt, did you just get off Allure of the Seas today? How was it? I saw your photo. Matt was donning a cowboy hat. Guys, they handed out cool Royal Caribbean cowboy hats at the Galveston terminal on Matt's embarkation day, and he made an Instagram post about, Matt, you look great. You need to embrace it, Matt. I needed to see you feeling the cowboy hat more. You were kind of like all, I'm wearing a cowboy hat. I think you look good in it. I think you need to rock it. So anyway, I hope it was a great cruise, Matt. I think Allure is a very attractive proposition for Texas, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, but it does have a lot. It has a beautiful aqua theater in the back. I know that it's going to be wonderful for Texas. How was the new terminal? Was it crazy amazing, Matt? All right, just got off today. Woo! Yay! Cruise was great. The new Galveston terminal is amazing. Okay, good. You were reading my mind. Yay, Matt! Welcome home. Welcome home. I hope to get to see you this next year, somewhere, sometime, somehow. We'll figure it out. Michelle said, how do you get your colors done? Michelle, there's a million different ways to get them done. You can get them done in person. There's a company called House of Color that does them in person. In your city, you might have House of Color. Like if you were to search, Michelle, House of Color, Kelowna, you might find a way to do it in person where they drape your colors. If not, go to createdcolorful.com and get on their email list because they sometimes offer discounts. It is a splurge. I think I paid over $250 for mine, but it's amazing to find out what your colors are because it changes just the way you shop. So when you go to the mall now, you look for your colors. You don't necessarily look for certain pieces. You're like, oh, that's my color. Maybe I should give it a shot. And it's so cool. Kimberly said, how is the seagrass in Costa Maya? I haven't been in a while, Kimberly. I don't know. Has anybody been to Costa Maya lately and seen how the sargassum is doing in areas like Maya Chan? Let's see if we can get anyone who's been there lately. I don't know. Matt, if you're still here, Matt, have you done Costa Maya lately? And if so, how is the seaweed? Yuki, clothes for Cozumel and Believe. Yeah, cool cotton clothing, comfortable shoes, resort wear that you can walk in. It's going to be hot year round. Tanya Jones, cruising on Wonder of the Seas in May, very first cruise. Tanya, my tip for you is make sure you're following Matt at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com because Wonder is a beauty and Matt has been on that ship. So you got to check it out. Check out his content at his website. Shirley McNichol, 63 days and you board Carnival Breeze for Yucatan and Cozumel. Any suggestions? Oh my goodness. Yeah, the beach clubs are great in Cozumel. We love Nachi Cacombe. You could try Paradise Beach. We did a Jeep tour last time, a private Jeep tour, and it was fantastic. So good. Okay, so Matt is reporting back on the seaweed in Costa Maya. In September, he said it was low seaweed, but it's seasonal, going back again in December. Okay, so it might come back. We were there also in, gosh, Matt, we were there in September too and had really, not this September. The last time we were in Costa Maya was September on Harmony of the Seas. And that's when we had the bad seaweed. It was like Labor Day weekend maybe, I think, or something like that. No, it was like the week of September 26th or whatever, like late September. Anyway, yeah, it's seasonal. Okay, cool. Amy Leonard said, is there any very private or quiet beaches in Costa Maya that don't have beach vendors? Yes. Well, if you're willing to pay the fee, we love Maya Chan. Amy, Maya Chan is a private beach club. They drive you out there. I don't believe there's any vendors, but they feed you and it's all you can drink and it's quite phenomenal. So it's Maya, M-A-Y-A Chan, and you're gonna love it. Solo cruising and more. On MSC Maravilla, is the thermal spa included if you're not in the yacht club? If you have the Aria experience, yes. It probably is included, but double check with your travel agent or on your booking and see if the thermal suite is included. It should say it on your booking. Joe Mock, oh my goodness, you made it today. Joe Mock said, Symphony in 27 days, Bro Cruise 7, cruising is heaven. Happy sales to you all. And Mr. Cruise Tips TV, this one's for you. Thank you for this Mr. Cruise Tips TV's super chat from Joe Mock. Thank you very much, Joe. That is so kind of you. We appreciate it. Matt said, Maya Chan is wonderful. I couldn't agree more. It's so tranquil. You just like your blood pressure's like, oh, it's so nice and relaxing. And it's a bit of a drive, but it's a beautiful drive and I love it. Oh no, how fun. Mindy said, getting my last Amazon delivery on Thursday. Hubby said no more purchases for cruises coming in 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I know. So this is probably a bad time for me to tell you we're doing an Amazon live stream right after this, Mindy. I'm sorry, but we are. We're doing stocking stuffers. We're gonna put together Cranberry Brie bites live on air and pretty yummy stuff over there. So I'll put the after party link in the chat. Joseph Heston. Oh, how sweet of you, Joseph. Thank you so much for the super chat. Joseph said, I was wondering which cruise line would be the first to have a nuclear powered cruise ship? I don't know about that, Joseph. How about you tell me? I don't know if that's going to happen. Interesting. Mindy, any tips for Carnival Spirit? Oh my gosh, we had one of our patrons going on Carnival Spirit coming up soon too. And let me take a look. I think that there's a steakhouse on that one. If there is a steakhouse, please make sure that you hit it on Carnival Spirit because Carnival steakhouses are wonderful. Let me see what the steakhouse is called. I'm trying to find it. Let me take a look at the Carnival Spirit deck plan and just tell you if I can find that really quickly. Come on, Carnival Spirit deck plan. Spirit class ships have really cool aft pools on their Lido deck up on deck 9. I would recommend getting up there and sail away and taking some photos. It's also a great place to be for sail away. If you don't have a balcony cabin, do something like that for sail away because it's a gorgeous place to see everything around you. I'm having a hard time zooming in on Spirit to see what the restaurants are, but I think that you've got some kind of fancy dining on there. Let's see. Gosh, they have really beautiful restaurants too. Their main dining rooms are on the back of the ship with really pretty views. I think it's called the Nouveau restaurant. Try to book that out if you can early on. Don't expect the water slides to be super great because I don't know that they're going to be all that wonderful, but hit up a hot tub on day one, have some fun. Okay, Carol said, how obstructed are the partially obstructed balcony cabins? We did a bid and won a partially obstructed cab. It depends. It depends if it's a partially obstructed balcony or partially obstructed ocean view. Those are two very different things, and every level of obstruction is a little bit different on every ship. So if you're in an ocean view and you've got a lifeboat obstructing, it could be anything from a little bit of the lifeboat to full obstruction. If you're in a balcony, Carol, you probably have a beam that's somewhere in the view and it's probably no big deal at all. I'm assuming it's some kind of a beam or part of the actual balcony structure is obstructing you. Elaine Nixon said, anyone done any tours in Panama City, Panama? I haven't. We'll see if anybody can weigh in on that. David R. said, can you bring your alcoholic drinks in the main dining room from another bar? Yes, you absolutely can. We recommend it because sometimes it takes a while to get your drink when you sit down in the main dining room, so go in with a drink is our latest recommendation after cruising lately. Brad Woods, tips on going solo. Brad, where can we start? Pick a good cruise line that caters to solos. Norwegian is an excellent place to start with studio cabins. If you want to meet some new solos there, they have a solo coordinator in the on the ship who will help you out. So I think that's where I would start. Fallen Brewbaker, planning Oasis in March for your big 40th. Question is, you don't know which drink package to get. What levels are there for it? So you're talking about Royal Caribbean's drink packages, right? Or Oasis of the Seas? Okay. So Royal Caribbean only has the one alcohol package, right? So they have several different beverage package, but the deluxe beverage package is the only one that includes alcohol. So on the deluxe beverage package, you're going to get your fountain soda, the Coke freestyle beverages, a souvenir cup, all the non-alcoholic stuff like mocktails. You're going to get still and sparkling water bottled, premium coffees and teas, fresh squeezed juices, including those in some of the spa type places on some ships. And then you're going to get all your cocktails, spirits, and liquor, and beer and wine by the glass. So the only way to go on Royal Caribbean with an alcohol package is the deluxe beverage package, as far as I know. If you want to get the refreshment package, that's a step down and includes everything that we listed on that, except it doesn't include the cocktail, spirits, liquor, beer, wine. So you're going to get all the sodas, the mocktails, the still and sparkling water, the coffees, teas, and juices, okay? Then you can just get the soda package where you can get fountain sodas and freestyles, and a souvenir cup, not in a can, most likely. Probably going to just get the fountains, I think. And then you have a water package. So those are the 4 different options available. I think there's some ships that offer those, some kind of a voucher program once you get on. But in listening to Matt's podcast for many years, I have learned that I believe you don't know until you get on board, like what the voucher program is. So hope that helps you out. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Comelones Adventuros says, hi, first-time cruisers, what do you recommend? I'm kind of nervous. Oh my goodness. Well, pick the first cruise line. Pick the best cruise line for you. I'm going to give you a treat today. Comelos Adventuros, I'm going to give you a complimentary membership to our Intro to Cruising Masterclass. So all you need to do to redeem it is email me, and I'm going to hook you up so that we can get you completely educated on cruising. And if you want to learn more about what that is, go to cruisetipstv.com and click on tutorials and you'll learn about it. I need you to email me, Sherry, SHERI, at cruisetipstv.com, and I will be sure to give you a free membership to our masterclass, and we're going to get you hooked up, okay? And use a travel agent. A travel agent is going to be the best way to help. Matt said correct. Thank you, Matt, about the vouchers, I'm assuming is what you meant. Yes, perfect, perfect. Okay, Alfred Inglesby said, question for you. Is there anything you want us to check out for you when you're on Celebrity Beyond? Oh my goodness. Well, I'd love to hear about your cabin when you get back, Alfred. What kind of cabin did you book? And how did you enjoy it? Did you get an infinite balcony? Let me know how you like that. I'd love to hear from you. That sounds terrific. Thank you very much, and enjoy with the family. You're so welcome, Comelones Adventuros. I love your username, by the way. So Sherry, SHERI, at cruisetipstv.com. I'm going to hook you up. Okay, Yuki Okami said, any recommendations for a cruise around Japan? My husband and I want to go. We're thinking a cruise around the country would be nice. Oh, is it ever? Best cruise our family has ever done was a Japan cruise. You have many options, but the 2 main cruise lines that do Japan that you're probably going to want to be aware of at the moment are Holland America and Princess. Princess does, ooh, excuse me, Mr. Microphone. Sorry, we got a boom mic right here and I just bonked it. Princess does, Yuki, do circle Japan itineraries. I think Holland America does too. So what you want to look for if you want to go around is look for what's called the Circle Japan itinerary. The other alternative is you can do the Northern Islands in the summer months when it's not as cold because it snows up there normally, right? Or you can do the Southern Islands, or you can do a combination of both. We did a 12-night that took us from Yokohama, which is essentially Tokyo, all the way to Singapore. So we did Japan and Taiwan and Vietnam and Singapore. That's another way to do it. But if you want to go around Japan, look for the word Circle Japan or Circle Japan Explorer. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Sheldon said, question, any word on Princess Cruises upgrading their internet Starlink? No, I haven't even heard rumblings about that, Sheldon, but they need to. I hope that they do. Sabrina Lavdis Arnold said, what documentation do kids need in port? They have passports. None. We never take our son's stuff off the ship with us. We always leave it unless there's a recommendation. Unless you're in a port where they say you must take your passport off, leave it on the ship. My son doesn't have like a driver's license or anything, and I never take his photo ID. So you're good. You're good. Okay, I might be caught up on questions. I don't think that's possible. Sabrina, is yours really the last question? Oh, Alfred, I'm really curious to hear about your infinite veranda. Seth said, love Tokyo and Singapore. Yes, incredible cities. Cruise to Japan is the experience of a lifetime, guys. And I just can't recommend it highly enough. It is wonderful. Have you looked on Amazon? Okay. So what was I going to tell you? There was another thing I was going to mention about Japan right now, but I just kind of, it skipped my mind. Argudi said import school IDs are acceptable as photo ID while import. There you go. If you needed that, you could use a school ID. Aw, Shannon P said, have you given any thought to joining the Royal Caribbean blog group cruise in June? Aw, that sounds like a blast. I haven't given any thought to that. I don't even have enough vacation time to do my own cruises, so I probably won't. But if I were to crash a group cruise, Matt's would be the one that I would crash. That's fun. Tanya said, what is a great travel agent? That's a good question. We've got podcasts and video episodes all about that. A great travel agent is someone who listens to you and who, listens to what you're looking for. And there's someone who's responsive, who responds during at a rate that is acceptable to you. There's a lot of different ways that you could rate a good travel agent. Jessica Romero says, when is your next cruise? I don't have a cruise booked at all right now, but Jessica, we have some really fun things coming up. We have a secret trip planned in December. I have a secret trip planned next week, and we have hopefully another secret trip in January. Of course, we'll tell you all about it when we can, but no plans yet. Matt said, I'm going to hire Sherry so I can give her unlimited PTO for cruising. That's one way of doing it. That's one way of doing it, Matt. Yeah, we got to figure out this whole let's get Sherry cruising for life thing, right? I'm telling you. Aw, yeah. Jim said Singapore has a fantastic mass transit system called the MRT that is clean, efficient, and safe. Yeah, that's amazing. Boy, I tell you, Singapore is very special and amazing and technologically advanced place. It is incredibly cool. All right. Aw, thanks, Michelle. Okay, if I missed your question, now would be a really good time to type it in. Mary Ellen, you're on Carnival Celebration. How beautiful. Are you on the transatlantic crossing? Oh, Mary Ellen, you lucky dog. Mary Ellen is one of our Patreon members. Nice to see you. Okay, re-ask any questions that I may have missed earlier, friends. We would love to assist you with your cruise-related questions. Boy, we had some good ones today. Those were some excellent questions, huh? Really good ones. Yeah. I was pretty impressed with you guys. Very impressed. Okay. All right, no more questions. You guys are too good. Y'all know all the answers. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. All right, let's do a quick cruise countdown then. I need to see when everybody else's next cruise is. You can either tell me when you're cruising, or more importantly, I'd like to know what ship you're going on. So type it in right now. Let's see how many of them I can call out. I would love to call out your cruise and wish you a bon voyage. Thank you, Joe. Best time of year for Alaska, Yuki, in my opinion, is May because it's less crowded. And it's also less expensive, and it's more sunny. If you are, by the way, friends, if you are watching a recorded version of this, you can ask questions in the comments, and we will answer your question in one of our episodes called Cruise Questions Today, where we record answers to your questions and do short, under 10-minute videos to answer those questions back. So yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what kind of cruise countdowns we got. Thank you, D. Langston. Sabrina said, another kid question, can we put a spending limit? Yes, you can put a spending limit on your sail and sign card. You should be able to do that at the front desk or even potentially before you cruise. Okay. Wow, Tenerife. Mary Ellen, how beautiful. We visited Tenerife when we lived in Spain. It's unlike anything else I've ever seen. Like volcanic island. It's so wild. Wow. Matthew said, first time cruiser in January. I was going to drive 14 hours from Virginia to Florida, but recently checked flights. They've dropped $200. Wow. Good job, Matthew. It's amazing how the flight prices are kind of normalizing is what I'm seeing. Yeah, Linda, any Princess Panama Canal January excursions, watch our vlogs. Linda, let me give you the whole vlog series because we did a lot of really cool things. We did Your Lucky Tour in, it's called, the tour provider's name is Your Lucky Tour in Limon, Costa Rica, which I highly recommend. Personally, I don't think it's necessary to take a tour when you are in the Panama Canal. I think it's actually more lovely to stay on the ship and just enjoy it personally. But if you feel that you need to do something like that, you can. We did the carriage ride in Colombia, and that was beautiful. In Cartagena, we did the carriage ride, but just warning, and this was a real bummer for me, you do not have access to restrooms for a long time, and I don't like any tour like that. I drink a lot of water and I always have to pee, so I'm like, this is rough. There's an excursion idea for Colombia. I'm going to put it in the chat. And I'm going to find you that was Cartagena. Well, let's just start with that one and that'll link you to the playlist. Okay. Yes, Bill, my hair is darker. I have been going darker since April. I have slowly started changing my hair color. My hair is very, very dark. If you guys want to see my natural hair color, I don't know. Can you see that, Mr. Cruise Tips TV? This is more my natural, guys. I'm not afraid to share that with you. And I want to just have a little bit more of a natural look, but I feel more comfortable as a blonde. So that's kind of the hair situation. All right, Palmer's on holiday. Ooh, cruise paid, shore excursions and dining booked. Anything else you've missed? Shore excursions booked, dining booked. The only other thing I would say is potentially, if you're really particular about spa treatments, maybe you could do a spa treatment in advance, but sounds to me like you did pretty well. Drink package maybe, if you want to buy one. Tanya, our class is evergreen, meaning it is always available to you. It is very inexpensive as well, and you can register for it anytime. It is not something that is live, it is recorded, and it has lots of checklists and downloads and things for new cruisers. I think you're gonna love it. Okay, now I wanna see everybody's cruise countdowns. This is exciting. Okay, here we go, starting from the top. And who do we have first? Michelle, Discovery Princess. Matt, cruising again in 6 days. Shannon, Navigator. Joe, Symphony. Sheldon, Discovery, beautiful. Gary, Bliss. Yay. Sabrina, Carnival Magic. Jim, Hawaii coming up. Cameo, Carnival Vista. Michelle's going to Alaska. Rose, Jewel of the Seas. D. Langston, Carnival Freedom. Yuki, Carnival Dream. Palmer's on holiday, Ovation of the Seas. Wow. Nancy, advantage of getting a travel agent after the booking, if you're still within the time period when you can transfer it, is that they can handle things for you at this point. So they can take over the booking and help you make changes and things like that if necessary. All right. Wow. Jessica, Carnival Miracle. Solo Cruising MSC. Will, you've got another one coming up on Oasis. Tanya, Sky, Diana, Disney, Wish. Nice. Maria going to Hawaii. Matthew, Carnival Spirit. Tony, nice. Harmony. Brian, Carnival Radiance. Oh my gosh. Amanda, yay, you're going to Japan on Diamond Princess. Best cruise ever. Joseph, okay, Joseph is quite the prankster today. Estella's also going on Spirit. Chica's on Panorama. Carol's on Discovery. Mindy, Carnival Spirit. I can't keep up with them anymore. I read as many as I could. You guys are amazing. This is cool. I love seeing the cross section. As you can see here, our community really does mix it up quite a bit. I'm very intrigued. I want to go back and kind of count it down. Matt, you have to admit you're not a natural blonde either. Oh yes, no, I am not. I was born a towhead blonde, white blonde hair. But by the time I got to junior high, it was gone. And I think what happens with girls sometimes, and this is what happened with me, is I have brothers. I have older brothers. So I felt like I looked like my brother. And I was like, no way. I had to nix the anything that made me look like my brother thing, Matt. Unhappy customer said, on an NCL cruise, how does it work for a 13-year-old as a third guest for specialty dining? I'm not 100% sure for NCL. I'm a little out of practice with their specialty dining. Hopefully they'll give you a discount. My recommendation would be not to book them into your reservations. Just book yourself and your adult partner and then go to the restaurant when you get there and ask them what to do. Barney said, are there mini fridges in the room? Most cruise lines, yes. Some of them are full powered refrigerators and some are just coolers and they don't really keep things cool. So go onto message boards and research that before your cruise. Caroline G said, what could you do if you discover that your balcony view is obstructed but was definitely not advertised as such? Paid extra for an aft cabin but pics on the new ship are showing obstructed views. Well, maybe what you think is an obstruction, the cruise line does not deem an obstruction. So you could call the cruise line and try to have your cabin changed if you would like, or have your travel agent do just that. But you do have options. If they're fully booked, you might be out of luck. All right. Auntie Travel said, thank you so much for the packing tips. My first cruise was a massive success and now I'm addicted. You know, I feel like that should be our tagline. Auntie Travels, I want Cruise Tips TV's tagline to be making your first cruise a massive success. I mean, if I could choose to have like a mission at Cruise Tips TV or a mission statement, that would be it, Auntie Travels. That is the best thing you could tell us. Folks like us, folks like Matt, those of us who share the information that we have, even when we don't know it all and when we're not always an expert. Yeah, I just think that hearing stuff like that is so awesome. So thank you. Emily Faith said, do you have a travel agent wanting to plan a cruise next year at Ulysses? Yes, I absolutely have a travel agent. We have a travel agency partner. They are a sponsor, full disclosure, of our channel in general. So I'm going to recommend them to you, but you should know that we have a professional relationship. I think it's important to disclose that. Wendy's information should be in the description of this video, but let me go ahead and just pull it up and get it into the chat for you. All right, here it comes. And there we go. All right, hopefully, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's too many characters, so I had to cut out some of the characters. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, do not save changes. Okay, Emily, in the chat for you, my friend. You are all set there. Nice. Yuki Okami, any tips for cruising with a service dog or needing ADA accommodations? Some lines do allow you to cruise with a service dog, and I would say that you need to contact the customer service department at each cruise line and find out what department would handle that for you. The good news about most cruise ships is that I don't know that they necessarily follow ADA accommodations, but they have largely made their ships geared automatically towards being friendly towards those with a variety of different types of disabilities. So they are not an employer. So when you talk about ADA accommodations, it's different because they don't have to accommodate you where like an employer would necessarily. So my advice to you, Yuki, would be to choose a cruise line that tends to gear a little bit more towards that, which in your case might be Princess or Holland America. You might feel more comfortable. Barney said, any tips or anything I should definitely take advantage of? I go on my first cruise with fiance in 3 weeks. Well, Barney, without knowing what cruise ship you're going on, it's a little hard to give you general tips, but I guess I would say to you to just try to be present on your cruise. Do a good job with your packing. Check your list. Make a list and check it twice, as they say, right? Really do a good job with that. Don't overpack, and then be present. Allow time to do nothing as well, would be my advice to you. Okay. Love it. Linus, Sally, INC, haven't cruised since before the lockdown, planning MSC Maravilla in January, but still scared of the pandemic germs. What are your thoughts? Ease my fears. You have to be ready to cruise. I can't ease your fears. I don't want to say this next thing because I don't want to jinx it. I'm scared to utter the words, and I don't think I should. This is a tough one, because you're seeing a lot of people getting sick still on cruise ships. It does happen. But I think that the chances are astronomically lower than they used to be for a lot of different reasons. Even with the protocols easing, even with media reports of 600 people having COVID in Australia right now. I know, it is happening. You have to be ready. You have to decide when you're going to be ready. If you're not ready, you should wait, is probably the best way to put it. But yeah. Okay, Eric Kramer said, I don't understand the drink package deal. We cruise with Seabourn and they don't know anything about that. Probably because with Seabourn, Eric, things are probably more included. So with Seabourn, you may, because they are an ultra luxury line, you're probably not buying a drink package because that's probably part of your cruise fare. Maybe that helps a little bit. All right. Yeah, you're going to have a great time. Baja Ensenada, huh, Camalones? That's going to be fun. Hopefully the weather holds up. The rain came and went. Bear Bull Cruising said, I've noticed that they're pretty accommodating, especially with the accessible cabins with the information you can get from that particular cruise line and the special needs access desk. Thank you, Bear Bull Cruising, for your personal experience with that. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear. Yeah. Michelle said a lot of cruise lines will have a separate accessible deck plan, which will show specific routes to get where you need to go. Matt at Royal Caribbean Blog said there's risk with everything. As Sherry said, you just have to be comfortable with the risks. Yes, there are. You could get COVID or the flu on an airplane, on a train, at the grocery store, at home. I mean, there are germs everywhere. The cruise companies are deeply vested in keeping you safe. They've never been more deeply vested in keeping you safe. So they're doing what they can. But people will travel to cruises. They will bring viruses onto cruise ships. It will continue to happen. We can't get away from viruses. They are everywhere. Thank you, Linus. Peggy said she still wore her mask on the ship. Honestly, we've worn our masks in a lot of different situations in life lately. I've worn them on airplanes. I've worn them to public gatherings when I had something a week later that I couldn't miss, and I knew if I got sick, it was really bad. Yeah, it can help to wear a good quality mask. Yeah. Oh man, Argudi, I'm so sorry. It was like a cold. Yeah. That's funny, Laurel. You're so very welcome, Palmer's on holiday. Oh, yay, you got your cruise magnet hooks. Good. Fearless Rambler, going to the Mexican Riviera in February, watched our videos prior to COVID. It's about the same now. Yeah, you know, sure. Cornellos Adventures, it's Sherry, Sheri, at Cruise, Cruise, Cruise Tips TV. Sherry at Cruise Tips TV. Yeah, email me and I'll get you hooked up with our masterclass. Would love to do that. I would love to do that. Come on down. Email me. We'll take good care of you. Okay, what other cruise? You guys are doing so good with the cruise questions today. I'm loving it. Joseph still wears his mask on the subway. That's great, Joseph. Nice. All right. Very cool. Any other questions? We still have a little bit of time before we're going live over on Amazon. So if anybody wants to jump in with more questions, I don't want to rush today. Love being able to just take a little extra time and answer those questions. Grammy made a funny observation, Mr. Cruise Tips TV. She said, we forgot to change our clock in the set. You're right, Grammy. We forgot to change it. That's funny. We'll get that to match California time soon. Oh yeah, that's so crazy. Let me ask you guys a question about the time change. Is everybody waking up early and going to bed early? I've been waking up at an ungodly hour I've been waking up in the 5 a.m. hour, and I've been ready for bed at 9. Like I'm in bed by 9:15 most nights. So yeah, anybody else feeling that way? Oh good, John, you got your magnets. Carly said best cruise line for first-time cruisers. Well, it's not so much first-time cruisers, it's the best cruise line for you. Let's try to run down the big cruise lines, Carly. Okay, let's start with Carnival. Carnival is for people who like to have a lot of fun. They like music, they like dancing, they like noise, and they like a party. And they like a value. Good, solid American cruise line, inexpensive. You get a good amount for your buck. Okay. Royal Caribbean is good for people who want to do a lot of different things. Rock climbing, they want to be entertained in very unique and modern ways. Ice shows, water shows, Broadway style shows. Active people who enjoy surf simulators, rock climbing walls, water slides, families with children, and people who like everything to be cutting edge. Royal Caribbean is more expensive than Carnival in general, but their ships are more technologically advanced in general and just more on the cutting edge of everything. Norwegian Cruise Line is a little combination of those two cruise lines, slightly more on the upscale side than Carnival, on par-ish with Royal Caribbean in terms of like a class of a cruise ship, but their big claim to fame is their freestyle cruising, meaning you don't have to dress up for formal night, you don't have to go to the main dining room if you don't want to, but however, that can be kind of confusing for new cruisers because there's no structure and it can be like, whoa. So Norwegian's also got some beautiful new ships with lots of activities. On Norwegian, there's lots of upcharges. So, you know, if you want to go on the go-karts, that's going to cost you extra. Specialty dining, like any other cruise ship, any other line, is going to cost you lots of upcharges, but great. The premium lines, Celebrity, Princess, and Holland America, are good for people who are either a little bit older or who want more of a mellow atmosphere, premium food, premium experience, but not ultra premium because it's not a price point at that. Okay. I only saw like 3 more things, so she must have gone back, is what I'm thinking. D. Langston said, would you bring your own scuba mask? I wouldn't take my own snorkel and mask anymore. I used to do it, but these days I'm just counting on the fact that they've probably sanitized them and I don't have room in my suitcase. Okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Nancy said, I have to say between you and Life Well Cruised, I've learned so much. I'm not anxious about being a first-time cruiser. Thank you. Nancy, you're welcome. And I love Alana at Life Well Cruised. She is a doll, and she came on our podcast recently, and she's just a sweetie. Leroy said, is it possible to remove the dividers on the balcony on Carnival? It can't, sometimes you can open them, but you can't remove them per se. Some cruise lines, they can come in and remove them, but most of the time they just open them, unlock them, so to speak. All right, guys. Yeah, Michelle, you like the daylight? Yeah, I know. I don't like this time of year. It's too dark early. Oh, thank you. Jim said, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year? We're staying home as usual. I usually work a lot around that holiday, so we're going to be on Amazon Live a lot for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you're going to see us cooking a turkey, and you're going to see us doing Amazon stuff that weekend. Maybe we'll do some YouTube too. I'm actually considering live streaming a lot of my cooking, my Thanksgiving cooking, because I think it would be really fun. Seth, you're so lucky. Arizona doesn't do the time change. You're so lucky. Okay. Guys, we are going to get wrapped up and start heading to our kitchen for our Amazon after party. We're going to cook cranberry brie bites live on air today, and we're going to talk about some holiday gift ideas and some stocking stuffers. These are just some stocking stuffers. This is not all of the stuff that we have to come on for our Amazon stuff that's coming for the holidays. There's a lot more to come. I saw the question about Alaska, and I want to answer that really quickly. Alexis wants some basic essentials for an Alaska cruise. I have so many good tips for you. I'm going to give you a packing video, but I'm going to tell you just a couple things that I think I would recommend for Alaska, and that is packing in layers, You definitely want a light rain layer. You may not need a super heavy, crazy parka, hot, warm jacket. It's not as cold in Alaska as some people think. So I'm gonna give you some do's and don'ts for Alaska packing that I think you're gonna love, 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 love. So whoever asked about Alaska recently, here it comes, my friend. There you go. Yeah, Michelle said the same thing. Alaska is not the Arctic tundra. Layer up, but don't stress out. You're welcome, Peggy. It's absolutely our pleasure. Oh, towel bands, how fun. You guys are funny. Alfred and Matt going back and forth. All right, Alexis Brown, I hope that helps you, my dear. Okay, guys, we're gonna jump over to Amazon. Give us about 5 to 10 minutes to set up in our kitchen. Come make cranberry brie bites with us and hang out. The chat over there is also live. It is extremely relaxed and it's not a busy chat. That means I get to give you one-on-one attention. I mean, I get to give you one-on-one attention here, but over there, it's like we can chat the whole time. It's fabulous. Oh, Bear Bowl Cruising. I know the new steakhouse prices on Carnival. I'm a little bummed about it because I already feel like they're a little bit more expensive than Princess, which is weird to me. I just don't understand why the Carnival Corp brands don't keep their pricing similar. So that's kind of my thought. Yeah, Noreen made a good point. Alaska's very casual, guys. So Carnival terminals vary very much. They're really super different. You know, it just really depends on where you're going. So I can't so much just say Carnival terminals are like X, because if you're in Florida, it's going to be one way. If you're in Los Angeles, it's going to be another way. So yeah. So for the question about the food changes on Carnival, our last podcast was all about that. It was about the controversial changes on Carnival. So go listen to our podcast anywhere you listen, cruisetipstv.com, and you can check out what our thoughts are on that. Thank you, Joe. You're a sweetheart. Yes, Michelle, 100% agree. Okay. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here. Come join us at the Amazon after party. Link is in the description and it's all over the chat here. We're going to cook, we're going to shop, we're going to have some fun. Until next time, see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.
Cruise around the week.
Hey, click me to subscribe.